This is my skateboard, and this is my paintbrush. For me, they go hand in hand. These two things are my passion and my purpose and my pride in life. I really don't think I could have one without the other. At first glance, a lot of people may not see skateboarding and art the way I do, but I have a pretty good feeling they might just be related. I was 8 years old when a family friend got me my first ever skateboard. I was so excited, and there just so happened to be a skating clinic set up next to my local park. I begged and begged my parents to let me go down and give skating a try. I remember spending hours after hours trying to jump off this very small ramp. I kept at it and kept falling and falling. The guy running the clinic, who today is my coach, kept telling me how to position my feet and pull off this really basic trick. At one point, he even went up to my parents and said, "She's driving me crazy," as I entered what was probably around my 100th attempt. Despite all the failure and frustration, that day I was hooked by skateboarding. When I was 9 years old, I entered my first skating competition. There were 3 girls and seemed to be hundreds of guys. I remember only having about 3 tricks and landing on my lines. A line in a skateboarding competition is your routine. You get about 45 seconds to try and impress the judges with all your tricks and just be as creative as you want and use the whole skate park. I remember somehow winning the competition and being so excited I wanted to cry. My love of competing was born that day. Today, I'm competing against some of the best women skateboarders in the world, and to get to the top in skateboarding, it's tough. So why do I do it? Because skateboarding is who I am. Skateboarding makes me feel alive. Every single day, I wake up with the same passion and drive to pick up my skateboard and go to the skate park. I get so much from skating. It allows me to think differently, to think positively. But believe me, I fall many, many times. I get angry, frustrated, sometimes I even cry. So why do I pick my board back up and try again? Because the feeling when you finally land that trick that you've put so much effort and determination into is like nothing else. Your body tingles, your smile grows, and you get such an amazing feeling inside of pride because you know you've achieved something great. And then you just want to get that feeling over and over again. For as long as I can remember, I've been drawing. As my passion for skateboarding grew, so did my desire to create and draw. When I was 9 years old, I started making my art into greeting cards. And soon after that, I enrolled in a course called Club Kidpreneur that taught me all about goals and basic business skills. I started selling at markets to help fund my skateboarding trips to international comps. I also started submitting proposals to my local council, and soon I was getting paid to paint the electricity boxes in the area. I have painted 8 already. I am also involved in painting a mural at Bondi right now. As my business grew, so did my ideas. When I was 12 years old, I started designing skate decks. A deck is the wooden part of the skateboard that you stand on. This was the first one I ever designed. It's like a diary of my very first skate tour to the US. It's all the places I went, the people I met, the foods I ate, and even the things I learnt. It really wasn't until now that I started to see how much art and skateboarding were connected and the significance of the graphics on a skate deck. They all have their own meaning, whether it's just a professional skateboarder's name or just a company's logo or even that it's just been designed by a skater. They all have their own meaning and they can all become collector's items or works of art for people to hang on their walls. It really also wasn't until now that I started to see the significance of the graphics on a skate deck. Here's a few examples of where skateboarding and art really connect. This is Hiroshi, a Japanese artist's hammerhead shark. It is made entirely out of recycled skate decks. There are also companies now making recycled sunglasses and iPhone cases and even jewelry. There is also a company, one of my favorite companies, Art of Board, is making recycled tiles out of skate decks. How cool is that? I travel to skate parks all over the world, and everyone is different. Not just for the lines that you can create with your skateboard, but for the art that is on their walls. Some are tagged and dirty, some are clean, but some are covered with the most amazing artwork done by local skaters in the area. Here are a few of my absolute favorites. My home bowl at Bondi is in the shape of a fish. It is the exact replica of an indigenous rock carving at North Bondi and pays homage to the Gadigal people, the traditional owners of the land in that area. With my paintbrush, there are no rules. I have the freedom and creativity to draw lines however I want to. With my skateboard, I can also create lines. Every skate park is a blank canvas ready for me to fill it in with my colourful tricks. Skateboarders are creating art everywhere on their boards, but it's not just in skate parks. Every city is a concrete playground, and there is a new trend emerging of large sculptures being made in urban spaces just for skateboarding. A company called Skatable Art says by making art that is actually meant for skateboarding, we are decriminalizing skating and allowing it to really flourish. As a skateboarder, I may look at an empty swimming pool differently to the average person. You're not wrong when you think it's an empty swimming pool that needs to be filled, but I see it as a perfectly skatable bowl and an opportunity for a lot of fun. Tony Hawk, one of skateboarding's absolute legends, says skateboarding is an art form, a sport, and a lifestyle. I can't agree more. Skateboarding as a sport has led me to traveling the world and competing as an athlete in a supportive environment. As a lifestyle, my achievements in skateboarding have led me to skating with some of the best women skateboarders in the world, who have all become lifelong friends. And as an art form, skateboarding has opened my eyes to creativity in ways I could have never imagined possible. So, the next time you see a skateboard, think of all the brush strokes that have gone into its creation. And the next time you see a paintbrush, don't just think its bristles are meant for a canvas. Thank you.